So I'm in the car. Guess that means we're gonna have a chatty car ride. I am headed to get my daddy to take him to his cardiologist appointment, and I figured I would catch y'all up. Lots been going on. I've been extremely busy with the family, and I'm having to take my dad because my mom is still not 100%. She's getting better, but we've had a few setbacks with her, and I'm gonna update y'all on all that and let y'all know what's going on. But it's been crazy. And I know that I'm not the only busy person out there, and I really hesitate to use that word because I don't want it to sound like I'm being all like, I'm so busy. Like, I wish I wasn't this busy. I wish things weren't this hectic and crazy, but it is what it is. So, let me just start with my dad. My dad his heart's doing great. He's not really having any issues with his heart since his surgery. This is a routine follow-up appointment that we're going to. This is with his actual cardiologist. I've taken him to his cardiologist appointments and to the appointments with the doctor that actually did the open heart surgery. But this is just a routine follow-up with the cardiologist. I took him to his orthopedic appointment for his back. He is in severe pain with his back. His back is the issue. And they did find out, he had a couple discs that was, I forget the proper term, but anyway, there was an issue with those, but there was, years of issues. And so they scheduled him a cortisone epidural. And so I took him, was that last week? I don't know, all my weeks are running together, but I took him for that. Maybe it's been a week and a half. And he started feeling better. That appointment was on a Thursday. By Saturday, he was feeling like he could tell it was working. It was great. Talked to him yesterday, and he was like, it's not working. Like, he's back to being in pain. So we've got my mom actually called his orthopedic yesterday. I haven't heard if she got a call back or what's going on with that. So that's that. So my mom, I told y'all in a previous vlog, she was severely anemic. She had tried like iron pills. She had tried like iron injections, and her doctor really wanted her to get an iron infusion. But the issue with that was her insurance wasn't going to pay it, and it was a hefty amount. Well, since that, she has gotten 2 iron infusions, and her insurance did pay. They said it was because the doctor had put it in wrong initially. I say it was an answer to prayer, but God works things out like that. So that part, she's doing better. But the Saturday night before Father's Day, and she had only had 1 infusion at this time, she called and woke me up. I guess it was around 10 Saturday night. I was really tired and went to bed and was like dead asleep, and she called me, and I could tell like by her voice something wasn't right, and she was telling me that her blood pressure was extremely low. What should she do? And I was like, well, how low? And I can't remember all the numbers that it was because there was so many that night, but I want to say it was like 40 something over 30 something. And I was like, you need to go to the ER. So my daddy loads her up to take her to the ER. And in the meantime, she had tried to call my daughter, the nurse, and couldn't get her. So I had messaged Tyler, and Delana had ended up being asleep, so he woke her up. She said the same thing, you need to go to the ER. So during all of them on their way to the ER, my mom calls me, and she's like loopy headed and really not making any sense, but she did say, meet us there. So I threw on some clothes, met him at the ER. And we get her back in triage, and I was talking to the nurse, and I was like, well, she was taking her blood pressure at home. She was saying it was 40 something over 30 something, and he was like, I don't think it's that, or she wouldn't be like, because she was talking, but they just didn't realize what she was saying wasn't making sense. She was like out of her head. And he said she wouldn't be like this, and I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't see it. I didn't know. So they hooked up to the machine. The machine would not register her blood pressure. So they did a manual on it, and sure enough, it was 60 something over 37, I think it was. And they were like, whoa. So at this point, I had told Mom, I was like, just hush, just stop, because she was like making no sense. She just wasn't making sense, like talking out of her head. And I told him, I said, she is extremely pale, and her lips were starting to turn blue. So they do an EKG on her. That's fine. They do another blood pressure check on the other arm. Same thing. And the bottom number was in the 30s something. So I'm like, well, what's going on? And we don't know. We have to run some tests. So okay. So they move her to a different. They put her in their like trauma room or whatever, and they start hooking up IVs to her, and hooking her up to a blood pressure machine. They do chest x-ray, and at that point, the lowest her blood pressure got was like 51 over 29, and they were like, okay, give her some blood stat. So they give her a unit of blood and a unit of plasma. The chest x-ray showed that her heart was a little on the larger side, but the doctor explained because she had been anemic for so long, her heart had to do extra work, so that was probably why. So after they give her the blood and the plasma, her blood pressure started coming up. But y'all, before they give her that, when it dropped down to like that 51 over 29, I have never seen, it was the weirdest thing. Like, she had, when I tell you, no color, the sockets around her eyes were black, and her lips were blue. And I've worked in hospice. I've been with people on their deathbed. I've actually seen people take their last breath. I've never seen anyone in that state look like she did that night. It was weird. It was just so weird. And of course, I'm worried to death. But at this point, I had sent my dad home. I was like, look, they're going to keep her. I'm going to stay with her until they get her, in a room, get her settled and everything, so she can go to sleep. And you just go on home, because at this point, his back was killing him, he was not in the best of shape. So I just sent him home, and I said, I'm going to stay with her. So I stayed with her till around 5 a.m. and they got her settled and everything. At this point, her blood pressure was back to normal. She had color again. She was talking. She was making sense. We sat there, had a conversation. She was fine, and she was like, just please go home. This is all they're going to do. So I ended up leaving around 5 a.m. I got home around 6 and crawled back into bed like crazy. And then that Sunday, it was all day on the phone between her, my aunt, and the doctors on call that was seeing her, trying to figure out what's going on. What are y'all going to do? We got to get to the bottom of this, all this and that. So she got to come home on Monday, and she's not had an issue like that with her blood pressure since. She said she felt so much better, and she really believed that the blood that they give her, that she really needed that, and that helped her. She since then had another iron infusion, and I think she's scheduled for 2 more. She did have to go into a doctor's office and have a minor procedure done on Tuesday, and gonna be better. She's not there yet, but she's getting there, and she gave me a scare now. I'll tell you, she scared me. And then on top of all of that, if all of that hasn't been enough between my dad and my mom, we had Granny in the ER on Monday. She was extremely sick, and so my aunt took her to the ER on Monday, and they did a bunch of tests, and come to find out, they just had to change a little bit of her medication, and she should be fine. So that's been going on. So it has been, me and my mom were talking, and I was like, do you realize since the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, it's been something constantly? Like, it's like I can't catch a break. All you folks got to get better. But I thank God that I'm in the position where I'm able to be there for my family and take care of them. But I'm going to tell y'all, I reached a wall. I guess it was Thursday. I hit a wall, and it just all hit me, and I have been exhausted. Like, I don't think I've ever been this tired in my life. And I was telling James as I was crying, because I was just so tired, and I kind of understand why babies cry when they're tired, because that's all I could do was cry. So tired. I told him, I said, I don't even have anything physical that you can see. It's not like I have a cut or a scar or anything that you can see. I said, but inside I'm so exhausted. But I have started taking some vitamins, and I think, well, I'm just gonna say, due to the pressure from my mother, I'm gonna make me an appointment next week to go to the doctor and just get some lab work done, and just see if I need anything, because it has been like a constant something since November. So I'm gonna do that. But thank God I had some videos already scheduled, or I don't know, because I don't know when I would have had time, quite honestly. But anyway, that's the update on everybody. Thank you for your prayers, your continued support. We feel them. Trust me, we feel them. And thank you. Thank you so much. Another thing that happened, I did go get my hair done by my hairdresser. Yes. And I love it. As soon as she cut it and I started fixing it, I was like, yeah. It was night and day difference. It was amazing, just the difference in the cut. And I told her, I said, you're just going to have to do my hair. So I think that she's going to continue to do it. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess by the time she really just completely stops it all together, I'll just grow it all out one length and go my natural color and call it good, because I just can't deal with all that. But let me see, is anything else happened? Oh, I did have a question for y'all. So my son messaged me, y'all, it's probably been about 3 weeks ago at least, and he was like, he's the one that has a podcast, and he was the one that I went on their podcast. And he was like, have you ever thought about turning your Chatty Car rides into a podcast? And I was like, no, I really haven't. He's like, you already have the perfect name for it, Chatty Car rides. He said, and, I think you should really think about doing that. And I was like, that's a good idea. Because I love podcasts. I've got to where I don't even hardly listen to the radio when I'm in the car, because I just don't. And I'll either have a podcast on, or I'll have a playlist on my music that I've made. But anyway, so I'm really thinking about doing that. The only issue is, and this is my only concern, I never know when I'm going to do these chatty car rides. I never like say, okay, this week I'm going to do a chatty car ride and then do it. I don't. They're just really sporadic, spur of the moment. Like, I just get in the car, light down, I'm going to pick up my dad. I had time, and there was a lot that happened that I just wanted to catch y'all up on. And most of them, they're never planned. So that's my only concern about that. But what's your opinion on that? Do y'all listen to podcasts? You think it's a good idea? Let me know in the comments down below if you think it's a good idea, or if you don't think it's a good idea, why, all that kind of stuff. So, all the kids are doing good. James did end up having a good Father's Day. I think, 3 out of the 5 kids come to see him, and the other 2 were out of town, so it's totally understandable. But they did text or call or whatever, and he ended up having a good Father's Day. And so that was that. But I mean, I kind of laugh because I'm gonna say, so that's what's been going on, but like, that's what's been going on. It's a lot, and it's crazy, but I'll get through it, and it'll be fine. I have been I've been doing a lot of crafts and filming them, so all I have to do is kind of put them into some videos, because that is how I relax. I'm weird, but I have several things that I do when I'm stressed that relax me. I'm a stress cleaner, and I like to get in my little craft area and make stuff and play, and that's what I do. So I've been doing a lot of crafts. I have a lot that I need to put into some videos. I have a couple of videos already edited and ready to upload. Oh, speaking of videos, let me tell y'all this. So y'all know I upload on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. And the only time I've ever missed Wednesdays is when it's been collab videos. So I won't have a video this Wednesday because I have a collab video coming up. But it will be Saturday, July the 10th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it is the Summer Home Tour, and James is in it. So it's very special. It's a fun video. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's fun because James is in it, and it's special because it's a collab with a good friend of mine that I've made through YouTube, and I love her, and I've never collaborated with her before. Actually, we've tried to come up with something several times, and this is just what worked. So got that coming up. So if y'all don't have that little bell clicked and you don't want to miss it, you might want to go on there and click your notification and select all. And I did reach out to YouTube again because I've had so many people like tell me, they unsubscribed me, or I'm not getting the notifications. I had one person say, I couldn't find you. They didn't let me know, and then I couldn't find you, and I had to search for you, and so I don't know. I reached out to YouTube because I'm like, what's going on? And honest to goodness, I think something's wrong with my channel, because ever since they put that new thing on YouTube, that COPA about the child stuff, my channel has just, I don't know, something's happened to it. And I asked them, I said, can y'all look at things on the back end and make sure my channel is set up right? Because I don't think it is. They assured me it is, and they said just be sure that if someone subscribes to you and then they unsubscribe to you and then they resubscribe to you, they still have to click that bell. Like, it's, I don't know. And I'm just like, okay. But y'all are unsubscribing them. They're not unsubscribing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And I really have had to not focus on the numbers of like the subscriber count, because I found myself getting really depressed because it was like the channel wasn't growing, or I would have like a spike and then it would have a major drop, and I was making myself crazy with numbers, looking at the numbers. And I mean, it's nice to have those high numbers, but those high numbers mean nothing if you're not getting the views. So I don't know. I have my faithful ones, and I have my family that's been with me and sticks with me, and that's what I have to focus on. I just don't look at the numbers. I can't, because I mean, I'm human, and of course, you know, I want to excel and I want to have all these subscribers, but again, the subscriber count don't matter if you're not getting the views. So I've prayed about it. I've put it in God's hands. If He wants it to be a source of income for me, then He will do what it needs to be. And if not, I have fun. It's a hobby, and I never depended on it for my income. So anyway, that's just my thought process, and that's just how I kind of deal with it. I literally do it because I enjoy it. I really have fun. It gives me something to do. It's so funny, you know, James and I, you know, we're empty nesters. All of our kids are grown and gone, and it's just me and him and Buster. And this car's coming over on me. And as much as I love him, you know, we have shared interests, and then we have separate interests. And so YouTube is like my separate interest from him. You know, I love the editing. I love, you know, the filming. I love making stuff. I do it anyway, so why not film it? So that's just, it's truly is a hobby of mine. So I would love for it to become like some stable income, but it's not, and it's very, very little, if any. There's months I don't get anything, and then there's months I may get $100. But it's okay. Like I said, it is a hobby, and I love it. And then I've met some of the most amazing people through this journey. Like, I've made some great friends, and none of that would have been possible had I not started this. So I've met some awesome ladies and made some good friends, and so I guess it's a win-win, right? So that's where I'm at. That's what's been going on. Like I said, I'm gonna go pick my daddy up. We're gonna head to Mobile for his cardiologist appointment, and then I'm gonna come home. I put sheets in the washer before I left, so I'll put them in the dryer, get the bed made up when I get home, and just hunker down for the rain. Like, y'all, it rains all the time here. I swear it's like we live in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, but I heard it rains all the time there. I'm trying to sound intelligent, but it rains constantly. I don't think we've had a day without rain in months. Yeah, constantly. But that's okay. The Lord knows what we need, even when we don't understand it. So, all right, I love y'all, and if I come back, then I come back. And if not, if this is the end of it, just know that I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and concern for me, for my family, for all of your prayers, for your support. Y'all just don't know what you mean to me. I can be going through all that I'm going through, and y'all reach out to me or send me a message or a comment, and it just can totally just make my day. And so thank y'all so much. I truly, truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are just the best, and you know, God knew what He was doing when He put you in my life. and you are a very important part of my life, and I appreciate you. So with that being said, either I will see you in the next video or I will see you a little bit later on, but I will see you. And don't forget about the home tour on July the 10th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a fun one, and I mean, James is in it. What more do I need to say? So I will see you in a little bit. Papa, what happened?
My baby bib fell off.
What? I thought you had a napkin stuck in your shirt.
I did, but when I reached down and get my other napkin, I seen it laying down there. And I looked and I said, oh no.
Mama gonna be happy with you?
No. Bad deal. Bad deal.
What's so funny is he already had to change his shirt this morning before we left the house because he spilled coffee on it. Might as well enjoy it. The damage is done, right?
Damage is done. I finished my burger.
Papa, how's my driving?
Too fast.
Too fast? Why you say that? Because I go the speed limit and I don't putt around like you?
It don't make no difference if it's one of them breaker things. You just hop it.
I do not. I slow down.
Yeah, about 30 when you go from 56.
Hey, have I gotten you to and from safely to your appointments?
Yep.
So why you gonna complain? Why you gonna throw me under the bus?
My back's out. Cleaning the head.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Are you blaming me for your back now?
Yeah. Gotta go have a rubber deal for my back.
All right. Well, we'll just let Deb take care of you from now on. See how that works out for you. What do you think?
Well, if the appointment's late, she'll probably go. But if it's early, it's over with.
Just like today, right?
Yeah, I had to be in for myself.
Really?
If you don't go,
But I went. I took care of you. Who's got you, Papa? Who's gonna take care of you?
you got my back, Donna.
I got you. Buckle up, old man. So, you were standing in line forever and a day, and you did not even buy me a honey bun.
I forgot it.
Are you calling me fat?
No, when you get old, though, your mind don't work just right.
But you're not old.
Yeah. And I had one thing on my mind. I just got to eat, and I wanted to dip a snap.
So, as I was filming these little clips, Papa said, now that better not end up on Facebook. It's not, because I don't have Facebook. But guess where it's going, Papa?
Better not.
It's going to end up on YouTube.
No.
Yes. It'll be okay.
But people think I'm crazy.
Nah. You're not crazy. You're just fun. We have a good time, don't we?
We do.
Look at this.